So I want you to read with me the 12th through the 15th verse. Shall we read together? Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fire trials, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as you are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceedingly joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, have not ye, for the Spirit of glory of God rests upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, as a thief, or evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Amen. You may be seated in this place. Amen. I want to preach about, share with you this particular sermon entitled Coming Out of Chaos. Coming out of chaos. Coming out of chaos. We all hear me preach today. Amen. Anytime you, ladies and gentlemen, deal with this particular word called chaos. Chaos, the synonym of chaos is disorder. Chaos is a state of confusion. Chaos can be considered as bedlam. It is considered as anarchy. Some even called it pandemonium. Anytime you deal with chaos, chaos is a sense of commotion that you don't desire to be part of. Chaos is anything that is disarray. Chaos is turmoil. It is considered as madness. I know I'm early in the introduction. I don't have anybody here been mad this year, have I? Chaos is unruliness. Chaos is considered as being a trial. And the strangest thing that happens with many of us as believers, it is amazing to me how many folk grace church doors every weekend living in chaos. Matter of fact, I would love to believe that your coat, your suit, your hat, your shoes, your tie could cover the chaos in your life that you're going through. But perhaps I should just drop by to tell you on my way to heaven that guess what? All of us have some sense of chaos in our lives. And let me tell you, there ain't no sense you looking around the church and saying perhaps this message is for one of my cousins that's here. My best friend should be here today. Little John, Boo Boo, and Shay Shay. This is the message that they should have heard today, because seem like their life is destroyed with chaos. And I got a lot of folk that's in here this morning is struggling with their own sense of chaos. Webster says that chaos is defined as a disorder, a state of complete disorder and confusion. Webster goes further in his second denotation and says that it's the earliest condition of the universe. Because before we got here, the world was in chaos. Good God from Zion. And when you look at chaos, chaos is found around many believers. Well, when the writer wrote this particular book, he dealt with what is called persecution. Now, let me just ask you this before I go further in here. How many of you in here today have ever been through any persecution? Oh, come on. Stop acting so funny with me. You know you're going through it now. And that's why some folk, they struggle with saying amen, because they don't want everybody to really know what they're going through. Persecution can cause either growth, or persecution can cause you to be bitter. Now, can I put a pin there? Hey, you have just seen some mad folk. And come on, and this is Memphis, Tennessee. Maybe I go to Cordova somewhere and preach this. I find some folk. Maybe I go to South Memphis. I got the wrong folk in here. And you've just seen some folks seem like every time you look at them, they look mad, they sound mad, they act mad. And guess what? I need to drop this off on your ears for free. Guess what? You ain't the problem. Guess what? A lot of folk madness is coming from their bitterness from some other stuff that they've been through. And here you are in the Christendom, with your Christianity, with your sanctified self. And guess what? You think that you can change a person's madness. I beg to differ with you. And guess what? When folk are mad, it is best to do them a blessed favor called leave them. Y'all working me too hard. I know you've already shouted. You ain't gonna preach me this hard. So anytime you read 1 Peter, it deals with persecution. And guess what? All of us are going through our own sense of persecution. Can I bring you closer? If everybody knew what you was going through, they'll get up and move. As a matter of fact, you ain't a candidate folk want to sit next to you if they really knew your stuff. Come on, talk to me. As a matter of fact, if you knew what some folk in here was going through, you said, let me come back next week and that's the place I really want to be. Y'all looking at me so strange. Maybe I wear a black suit next week. Just hold on, let me preach this week. I'll do better later on. But when you're going through persecution, you better be careful, because guess what? Don't think, baby, for 1 minute that you the only somebody that got trouble. And that's a rewind statement. Here I go. And guess what? Don't you think for 1 minute that you the only somebody that's having some trouble. Oh, that I got the wrong word here. And don't you think for 1 minute that you the only somebody that's having some trouble. You come in here this morning, you want to talk about how bad your boss is. You ain't the only somebody got a crazy boss. All of us have had some crazy bosses. And you want to tell me how bad your relationship is. But guess what? You ain't the only somebody in America and they got a bad relationship. Folk have had, folk got it, folk will have them. And guess what? If you don't know God, you'll keep them. Good God, shit, you can come on back up here. I mean, good God, so let me, I want to slow this train down. Y'all already shouted. So anytime you deal with chaos, and chaos brings a sense of persecution with it. And I need to help you with something. Earlier, before I get to some of these points that I really want to get to, your response to persecution determines your results. I'm almost through. Guess what? I just slipped on your road. You didn't want to let me, but I'm there. Guess what? Your response to the persecution determines your results. Guess what? And right into the Jewish believers. Guess what? During this period of time, guess what they were doing? They were struggling in the midst of persecution. They were struggling in the midst of having some chaos. So Peter, come on, talk to me. Peter, what you say about it? Peter said, let me encourage them to do one thing, change their conduct. Let me find some folk that about 20, 30 years ago, they used to be in elementary school. You know, they used to have things when they got ready to give you a grade, they had a thing called conduct. Ooh, S-O-U, satisfactory. And come on, it's the same way today. Guess what? What about your conduct when you're struggling? What about your conduct? I mean, come on, I got a couple of you babies in here. You've been having a pity party all your life. I mean, at some point, you got to grow up from kid college. Excuse me, Cole family, I'll do better next time y'all come. Let me preach what I want to preach today. So when you deal with persecution is an awesome thing. Because many folk are going through persecution. And Peter encouraged them that, guess what? You need to get your conduct straight. And matter of fact, you need to know the person. And you need to know the program of Christ. And you need to know the person. And you need to know the program. And see, guess what? You know you, but you got your own program and you never get on God's program. When do you make up your mind? Let me get on God's program. Rather than allowing God to always have to get on my program. So both of their character and their conduct must be above reproach. And have been born again to a living hope, the Holy One who had called them. The fruits of their character will be conduct. The conduct. I can't get off that word. The conduct had to be rooted in submission. Just let me labor with the text. I'll be there in a minute. It had to be rooted in being a citizen to the government. It had to be rooted in being a servant to the master. Wives to husbands, husbands to wives. Only after the submission is fully understood does Peter deal with the difficulty of their area of suffering. I got some babies in here this morning. Guess what? You've been suffering. You've been suffering for a long time. And let me just tell you a little bit more about Peter. I bet you God speak. The Christians at this time, they would say they are not to think if it's a strange concerning the fiery trial. Now watch this. I like that text a bit because the text talks about why you think it is something strange because you suffer. Oh, come on, answer the phone. Now, let me know you're at home. I'm going to talk to you. I mean, don't put the answer to service over there. Come on. Take me off voice, man. I need to talk to you. What makes you think that what you're going through is strange? I got to be going down the road. So when you start understanding this, I need to start expecting some trials. Let me find some Christian folk in here. Guess what? Just because you graced the church today is no indication that you didn't have some chaos and some trials. Matter of fact, perhaps I should tell you this. The folk that go to church, you got more trouble. Now, I look at you, you get been off with me. You say, then why should I go to church? I know y'all. Come talk to me. Why should I go to church? Let me tell you why you should go to church. Because guess what? If I go to church, at least I got somebody to help me deal with my trouble. See, if I don't go, then I'm struggling out there by myself. All right, so you know, he deals with this thing called sanctification. Now, earlier on, Peter said something. Peter said something earlier in the first chapter, in the second verse. You ain't got time to read this because I need to travel. This first chapter in the second, because I know you ain't read it. Let me read it It says elect according to the foreknowledge of God.